Hello and welcome once again to Breakfast All Day. I am Christy. That is Alonso. That is Matt. We've got a secret for you. Hoo-hoo-hoo. The first of two secrets for you this week, actually. This is a movie that came out last week, which maybe they sent out screener links. I don't know. At some point, we all had a reason to watch it.
I got one.
You're very fancy.
I got
fancy
one.
People got
and you know why?
You're fancy.
I got one because I thought I was going to.
You manifested your own happiness in a way that Alonso and I never could.
It's true. Christy and I
just
expected negativity, and that's what we got.
I expected that I was going to get it. I was expecting that I was going to get a screener link, and I did.
This might have the worst title of any movie we're going to talk about all year long. It's The Secret, Dare to Dream. Alonso, dare to tell us about it.
Okay. So Josh Lucas, who also pops up this week in She Dies Tomorrow, is a Vanderbilt professor who drives down to Louisiana to see Katie Holmes, who is a widowed mom of three, who is barely scraping by in their beautiful bayou side house. And there's a hurricane coming, and she's trying to batten down the hatches, and a tree falls into her house. But
nobody hears it.
No. Josh Lucas helps out with fixing the roof because they'd been involved in a fender bender the day before, and he's just like living his life and full of Socratic dialogue about, let me ask you something. So, you can tell he's got some smarmy life lessons to teach.
Nothing rustles his jimmies.
Exactly. Katie Holmes is engaged to by Jerry O'Connell, who owns the restaurant where she works. Her mother-in-law of her late husband is Celia Weston, and she and Josh Lucas find themselves more and more drawn together. But why did Josh Lucas come down to see her? What secret does he have that he is keeping from her? What does he have to tell her about her late husband? What lessons does he have to teach her about accepting the bounty of the universe by merely allowing your mind to believe that you deserve it?
There's someone knocking at my door.
Dare to dream.
I wished for yellowfin tuna to come to me, and it's here now.
I should try that.
Did you wish or did you order it?
I didn't know. Our neighbor went out and caught it in the Mexican, in the Gulf of Mexico. I'm going to go get my fish, but hold on. Hold on one second. Hold on.
Anyway, so yeah, this movie is like, not the first time we have seen people try to take some sort of codswallop nonfiction book and turn it into a fiction film. But this movie is like so irritating in the way that it tries to like land its message of like, if you believe in it and if you send your noble intentions out to the universe will pay them back to you. They make Josh Lucas' character such a smug know-it-all that he's like irritating to watch. Its occasional message breaks for its own messaging are super clunky, and then beyond that, it's like kind of a Hallmark movie with a bigger budget and better actors. It's very sweaty on the bayou, Nicholas Sparks kind of stuff, and it's nonsense. This movie.
It is. I mean, I guess like if you already believe all of that nonsense, like this is just there to validate you for already thinking that like, the laws of attraction actually work. And if you think happy thoughts and good stuff will happen to you.
As Dave said in the first 5 minutes, this is a faith-based movie. Make no mistake.
It is. I mean, because did you guys already talk about the book? It's based on a book, The Secret by Ron Byrne.
Yeah, I didn't get too into the weeds, but yeah, she's one of the many snake oil salesmen that Oprah Winfrey foisted on us over the years.
So she sold tens of millions of copies of this book because Oprah has given her blessing.
Right. Because apparently nobody ever heard of Norman Vincent Peale.
Right,
exactly. Or Marianne Williamson or anybody else who has sold the same brand of bullshit, which basically states if bad things happen to you, it's entirely your fault. But if good things happen to you, it's because you manifested them.
Well, I had to write about this for Ebert, and I said in my review that this is actually kind of borderline dangerous right now to have a movie like this come out, because it's like, you got COVID, just wish it away. Or did you lose your job because of the pandemic?
That's not what this movie's doing.
Not, Matt. But listen, but think about it though. In general, it says anything bad that happens to you, is totally fixable if you think hard enough and want good things badly enough, right? So let's say you've lost your job or you can't pay your rent because you've lost your job and because the whole economy is turned upside down. Basically, this movie suggests if you just wish for good things will come back to you.
And believe that you deserve them.
And that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
And I'm cynical by nature, but I think in these times where people are so in need of help and so wanting and so despondent, that a movie like this, which is just so pat and empty, and it's feel-goodery, does a real damage.
There are like specific structural reasons why everything is a disaster right now, and to then have this movie come along and try to sort of like soft pedal them all into like, we didn't clap hard enough and that's why Tinkerbell died, is just, it's kind of offensive. Like you can point to structural reasons why you might be having economic hardships, why your job went away, why the government isn't, why people are getting sick and all that stuff. And these kinds of philosophies try to take the power away from the actual capitalist forces, if you will, that made them happen, and try to blame you, the individual, for not loving yourself enough, or not thinking good thoughts, or not thinking that you're deserving enough. And that's a crock.
I'm not saying The Secret gives you COVID, Matt. But I'm not saying that it cures you.
Not saying it doesn't.
I guess I thought I was going to not hate this movie, and then I didn't hate this movie.
Because you are so damn upbeat all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I see this. I thought this movie was fairly harmless. Like, to me, this movie, I actually think it somewhat soft pedals the whole secret bullshit, first of all. I think it actually really waters that shit down in a big way.
Did you read
it actually
the book?
Makes it almost palatable. I've had many people talk to me about it.
Talk to your friends about The Secret.
Right. Like the idea of
right for them.
like, but look, like, the problem with The Secret and a lot of those ideas of like the laws of attraction is it goes too far down the path of look for the positive, because then you can see the positive, right? And it's not ignore the negative, but you can choose to, philosophically, you can choose to try and make the best of any situation.
Sure.
Right. The Secret goes way down, too far down that road. I think the movie actually, again, waters that down, that it becomes fairly harmless, and if anything, starts to tilt into something that starts to get close to like the prosperity gospel, which is a whole other set of bullshit, right? But yeah, I didn't hate this. Like, I thought, okay, so you get real stars in a Hallmark movie with more money. Like, okay, right? Or a Lifetime movie. I didn't.
Nice. Everyone's bland. It's a very like blandly nice small town in Louisiana. I mean, goddamn, the characters have names like Tuck and Bray.
She is torn between Tuck and Bray. Yes.
And Bray wears like button downs with elbow patches to go mend your roof after the hurricane blew through. What the fuck is this world?
Well, it's look, for the target audience, this is going to deliver what they're going to want. And I think for what this movie sets out to do, like, it's fine, right? I mean, I think we would be looking. I have to say, I think we'd be looking at this differently if we weren't in a pandemic, right?
No, this would be annoying at any time. The way that Josh Lucas's character has been written and directed to like sort of breeze in a situation to be like, well, like in that really irritating television.
I disagree. I don't think he's doing that. I disagree.
He's so smug.
I disagree.
He knows that he's going to.
I don't think he's being smug. I think he's just like, I think he's being
when he sees the lady.
Let me finish what I'm saying.
Okay.
I think he's being like as earnest in a goofy way as those kids that we see in Yes, God, Yes, right? And I don't think it's smug. I think it's just like
he believes it.
He believes it. I think he's a true believer. And I don't think he's, I just think he's a true believer. And it's like,
when he sees,
I don't know, it's harmless.
When he sees the girl at the hotel studying for the LSATs, and he's like, "Let me ask you something. Can you see yourself as a lawyer?" And his whole delivery every time he goes to this particular well, and he's an actor I generally like. I liked him in She Dies Tomorrow. I was like, oh God, it is just, it's so that moment where like the movie has to slow down so John Corbett can ask you, have you heard about Jesus? Have you thought about prayer? Like it's that
patronizing.
Yes, it's super patronizing. And poor Katie Holmes, she managed to get out of one system of belief and into another system of belief, and it's like, oh, she cannot catch a break.
Although, I would say that she and Josh Lucas do what they can with characters that aren't particularly well developed. There's not a whole lot to either of these characters. She's like a harried single mom, and he's just super nice and on a mission to make everyone's life better, and that's all that defines them. And then Jerry O'Connell is just like smug prick, trying to buy her love. Like there's nothing to any of these people, so they don't have a lot to work with.
You guys are seeing a smugness in here I'm not seeing at all, and I'm not, right? Like, right. I see Bray is this guy who's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, he's super simplistic, right? Like he's a dope, right? He's like, well, you see yourself as a lawyer? Oh yeah, okay, great. That's all you need. Like,
but he thinks he's smart. He doesn't think he's a dope. He thinks he's got all the answers.
I didn't get that. And see, like Jerry O'Connell, I didn't think was slimy. I didn't think like they could have made that character. I thought
smarmy.
And especially I didn't find him smug. It was like, yeah, this isn't working. Like, yeah, okay. Like I was like, whoa, they kind of treated that with kid gloves. Like it was, I mean, look, like this is a whole bag of Wonder Bread. But I didn't find it harmful.
I will say somebody
No, go ahead.
One thing I appreciated about it is it got the geography right. The town she lives is a real town on Lake Pontchartrain. And then,
although I went to Vanderbilt and I suspect that there aren't a lot of classrooms that have a giant Vanderbilt sign over the blackboard.
In case you're wondering.
That's what you do when you shoot at LSU and you're trying to distract people.
He imagined that it would be there.
But there's a crucial scene that happens at a Waffle House in Tuscaloosa, and it does make sense on the map. True.
Although when they get out of the car and they look at each other,
there was a little bit of like, are you fuckers cribbing O. Henry here?
I turned to Dave and I said, they have been driving all night. They both smell like car farts.
I said out loud to myself, to nobody else in the room, oh my God, are they really going to kiss in the Waffle House parking lot? I was so mad.
That should be the subject.
That's a spoiler,
Listen,
you guys.
Who hasn't kissed in a Waffle House? I mean, now Alonso froze.
Alonso is frozen. Oh. He's trying
I imagine that he would stop talking about this movie.
I think
and then he did.
Froze. Maybe Alonso has kissed in a Waffle House parking lot.
Well, on that note, on Alonso's frozen note.
I said 2. Alonso said 1.5.
I said 5.
5. Our number's at 2.8. Alonso is perpetually stuck in this excited state.
Look how happy he is.
He's so happy.
He's finally started to believe he's happy.
He's manifested his own happiness. So he's frozen.
Right. So if you believe that you're going to like this movie, you're probably going to like it. Follow us on all the places. Be Fast All Day. Look, he's back.
We're doing this.
We thought he would come back.
We did numbers.
The universe has punished me, clearly.
See?
Matt's internet signal is perfect because he believes he wanted to be able to talk to us, and so he can. All right,
maybe things happen for a reason.
We did numbers, and now Matt's going to do the spiel.
No, I forgot it. I actually thought, I'm not great at this. I wish Alonso was here.
Like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us at BeFastAllDay on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, and follow our Patreon at patreon.com/BeFastAllDay, where our members have chosen The Adventures of Robin Hood, starring the late Olivia de Havilland, for us to review. We're doing that this week, but it's a Patreon exclusive, so you got to subscribe at patreon.com/BeFastAllDay. Thanks for watching. Love yourselves. See you next time. Bye.